Sometimes the deepest wounds aren't from a shout, but from a whisper. They come from the things left unsaid, the constant feeling of being off balance in a relationship that's supposed to be your safe place. There are no broken dishes, no loud fights that the neighbors can hear. There's just a quiet unease, a feeling that you're slowly losing your grip, constantly second-guessing yourself, but you can't point to a single big event that caused it. If this feeling is familiar, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells in your own home or in your own heart, then this video is for you. We aren't talking about the obvious signs of abuse today. We're talking about the quiet erosion of your spirit, the subtle signs of emotional abuse that are so easy to miss, so easy to excuse, until you barely recognize yourself anymore. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Constant jokes at your expense. This one is incredibly tricky because it hides in plain sight, disguised as humor. It starts small, a little jab about what you're wearing, a sarcastic comment about something you said in front of friends, a funny remark about your ambitions or your hobbies. When it happens, you might feel a sting, a little knot of discomfort in your stomach. But if you try to speak up, you're immediately shut down with a simple, powerful phrase. "I was just joking. Can't you take a joke?" Suddenly the problem isn't their comment, it's your reaction. You're the one who is too sensitive. You're the one who is dramatic. You're the one who can't have fun. This is a masterful deflection. It allows them to say something hurtful and then blame you for feeling hurt. Think about the context. Are these jokes shared between you, where you both laugh? Or are they always directed at you, making you the punchline? Is the goal to share a moment of laughter, or is it to get a laugh from others at your cost? Over time, this is not harmless. It's like a slow, steady drip of poison. Each joke chips away at your self-esteem. It makes you self-conscious. You start to second-guess what you wear, what you say, how you act. You begin to believe the subtle criticisms hidden within the humor, that you're clumsy, not very smart, or that your dreams are silly. A relationship should be a partnership where you build each other up. Humor should be a bridge that connects two people, not a weapon used by one to diminish the other. If the humor in your relationship consistently makes you feel small, it's not humor, it's control wrapped in a smile. Sign 2, the silent treatment as a weapon. Every person needs space sometimes. After a disagreement, taking an hour or two to cool down is healthy. It's mature, but the silent treatment is not that. It is not a request for space. It is a wall of ice. The silent treatment is a deliberate choice to make you invisible. It's when your partner refuses to speak to you, look at you, or acknowledge your existence for hours, or even days, as a form of punishment. You're in the same room, but you're completely alone. Any attempt you make to connect is met with a cold, blank stare. They will talk to others, maybe even the dog, but you have ceased to exist. The emotional weight of this is immense. It creates a storm of anxiety and confusion. You start desperately replaying every recent event in your head. What did I do? What did I say? You become frantic to fix the problem, even if you have no idea what the problem is. And that is exactly the point. The silent treatment is not about resolving conflict. It is about power. It forces you into a position of submission. It makes you the one who has to beg for forgiveness, the one who has to chase after them, the one who has to break the silence. When you finally do, often by apologizing for something you didn't even do, they have successfully trained you. They have shown you that they have the power to erase you from their world whenever they are displeased. Remember this, silence can be louder than shouting when it's used as a cage. A healthy partner will tell you they need space to cool off. An emotional abuser will use silence to make you feel worthless and abandoned. Sign 3, constantly moving the goalposts. Do you ever feel like you just can't win? You try so hard to please the person, to do the right thing, but no matter what you do, it's never quite good enough. This is the moving goalpost. It looks like this. They complain that you never plan any dates, so you spend a week planning a perfect evening out. But on the night of the date, they are moody and complain that you should have known they'd be too tired to go out. Or they complain that the house is a mess, so you spend your entire Saturday cleaning it from top to bottom. When they come home, instead of saying thank you, they point out the one tiny spot you missed on the window. The rules are always changing, and they are designed for you to fail. The moment you achieve what they asked for, they change their expectations. The target moves. This isn't about their high standards. It's about keeping you in a constant state of trying to earn their approval. The psychological effect of this is devastating. It creates a deep sense of inadequacy. You start to believe that you are the problem, that you are fundamentally flawed and incapable of making them happy. This feeling of never being good enough can bleed into every other area of your life, affecting your confidence at work, with friends, and in your own personal goals. You find yourself exhausted, anxious, and constantly on edge, trying to predict their next desire or complaint. It's a game with no finish line and no prize. You are not a game to be won. You are a person to be loved. A loving partner has consistent expectations and appreciates your efforts, even if they aren't perfect. They don't set you up to fail. Sign 4, subtle isolation. When people think of isolation in an abusive relationship, they often imagine someone being forbidden from seeing their friends or family. But the subtle version is much more common and harder to identify. It doesn't come as a direct command. It comes as a sigh. It comes as a complaint. It comes as a guilt trip. For example, you're getting ready to go out with your friends. Instead of telling you not to go, they might say something like, "Oh, you're going out again. I guess I'll just stay here by myself." Or, after you get home from a lovely visit with your family, they are cold and distant. And when you ask what's wrong, they say, "Nothing. It just seems like you have more fun with them than you do with me." They make every interaction with people outside the relationship a source of conflict and drama. They might criticize your best friend. They might claim your family disrespects them. They create so much friction around your support system that it starts to feel easier and less stressful to just stay home with them. Slowly, without even realizing it, you start declining invitations. You make excuses for why you can't see your friends. You call your family less often, not because you were ordered to, but because it's just too emotionally exhausting to deal with the fallout afterward. This is the goal. By making your support system a source of pain, they position themselves as the only person you can rely on. Your world shrinks until they are at the center of it, holding all the power. They become your primary source of validation and social contact, which makes it much harder for you to question their behavior and even harder to leave. Sign 5, making you doubt your own reality. This behavior has a clinical name, but the experience is what matters. It's the feeling that your own mind is an unreliable witness. It's when your partner systematically makes you doubt your own perceptions and memories. They will deny things they said or did. Even if you have clear proof, they'll say, "I never said that," with such conviction that you start to wonder if you dreamed it. They will twist your words and use them against you, claiming you meant something you didn't. A classic example is when you try to bring up something that hurt you. You might say, "It really bothered me when you called me that name yesterday." Their response won't be an apology. It will be, "You're crazy. I would never call you that. You're remembering it wrong." After hearing these kinds of denials over and over again, you start to lose faith in your own judgment. You begin to think, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I am remembering it wrong. This is one of the most insidious forms of emotional abuse because it attacks your sanity. It disconnects you from your intuition, from that gut feeling that tells you when something is wrong. When you can no longer trust your own mind, you become completely dependent on the abuser's version of reality. Let me be clear. Your reality is not up for debate. Your feelings are not an overreaction. Your memory is not a story they get to rewrite. If someone is consistently making you feel like you are losing your mind, they are not protecting you. They are controlling you. Sign 6, withholding affection as a tool. In any long-term relationship, there will be natural ebbs and flows in intimacy and affection. That's normal. What is not normal is when affection, kindness, and intimacy are consistently used as a reward and punishment system. This is when a partner gives you love and warmth only when you are behaving in a way they approve of. Did you do what they wanted? You get hugs, compliments, and closeness. Did you disagree with them, set a boundary, or do something they didn't like? You get a cold shoulder, no physical touch, and emotional distance. Love becomes conditional. It's not something you have. It's something you must constantly earn. This turns the relationship into a transaction. You learn that to receive the love and connection you crave, you must suppress your own needs, opinions, and feelings. You have to be good to get affection. You start to perform for their approval, losing sight of your authentic self in the process. This creates a deep sense of instability and anxiety. You never feel truly secure in the relationship because you know that their love can be withdrawn at any moment. You live with a low-level fear that one wrong move will plunge you back into an emotional desert. True affection is a gift, given freely. It's the foundation of a safe relationship. It's not a wage you earn for good behavior. When love is used as leverage, it stops being love. It becomes a sophisticated and painful tool of control. Recognizing these signs in your own life is the first and most powerful step toward healing. It's the moment you stop looking inward and blaming yourself and start looking at the dynamic and seeing it for what it is. You are not imagining things. You are not too sensitive, and you are not crazy. Your feelings are valid, and they are trying to tell you something important. Listening to them is an act of courage and self-preservation. What you do with this information is your journey, but you can no longer say you don't know. Knowledge is the first light in a dark room. If this video resonated with you or helped you see something more clearly, please give it a like. It helps the video reach more people who might be feeling lost and confused, just like you were. And if you want more content that helps you understand yourself and your relationships better, please subscribe to the channel. Now, I want to hear from you, but only if you feel safe and comfortable sharing. In the comments below, which of these signs was the most eye-opening for you? Or is there a different subtle sign you've experienced that you think could help someone else who is reading? Let's use this space to support each other. Your experience matters, and your voice could be the one that helps someone else feel a little less alone. Thank you for watching.